Hey guys, I thought I would give you a little bit of an update. I'm just recapping and whatnot. But I was kind of sitting here and I was thinking, I don't know if you guys do this, but when I work on a radio that somebody else had worked on at some point, and you come across something that they did, do you ever wonder what they're thinking? Or were thinking. Case in point here is there's a 50 microfarad 50 volt electrolytic here that somebody had put in, and at first I thought they were replacing the 10 microfarad, because it's on the 10 microfarad side, which is on this is 25 volts. But I'm not sure they were actually replacing it, because they didn't cut the they didn't cut the point here. Of course, they could have made a mistake, but by leaving it connected. But what I was wondering is, looking at this particular electrolytic, it kind of reminds me of something that would have been out in the late 50s or early 60s. Maybe earlier, I guess. But anyway, so I was just curious, because they put a 50 microfarad in there. That probably cost quite a bit of money back then. But they connected it from here to the ground lug on this bakelite block, which I realized I have to rebuild here, which is I'm kind of in the middle of doing. But anyway, so I was just kind of thinking, I wonder if this was done late enough, if somebody was trying to maybe connect, say, a 6-volt battery charger or something on here, and if they added this 50 microfarad on there, trying to see if they could filter out the hum. Or, maybe this section had gone bad, but it just seems to me if somebody went to the trouble of knowing enough to put it on here that they would have disconnected it if that part was bad. So anyway, adding it in parallel, of course, would make it 60 microfarads. But anyhow, I was just curious. It was just something I was wondering. So what I'm up to over here is I'm not sure. I'm not sure of how well I'll keep this, but I may try to restuff these small cans. By the way, the two very obvious suggestions of using a corkscrew worked. I forgot to point that out before. It took 2 minutes once I screwed the corkscrew in there and heated it up, and boom. But with this one, with these I might try to do the peel back method, if that'll work. But the aluminum on these is pretty thick. Compared to the other one I did. But anywho, I just thought I would bring that up, and I'll be back when I do a little more electrolytic work here. More cap work here, and I'm going to have to get to the speaker and the speaker transformer. And the other thing I'm going to need to do here pretty soon is I need to find a 1A4 tube, which is actually kind of proving to be next to impossible. So I may get a 1A4P. Apparently I can use either a 1A4P or 1A4T, and the reason why I would choose the 1A4P is because the 1A4T has a pretty low transconductance at the voltages that run, the plate voltage that runs in this radio. I think it's 135. And the transconductance is much higher on the 1A4, which would be most ideal, but it's pretty high in the 1A4P as well. I seem to be able to locate those. Those aren't a problem, but anyway, so I'm still kind of on the lookout for the original, the 1A4. But anyway, I will be back in a few with some more capping. Hey guys, it's a few days later, and I'm still at it. I'm rebuilding the one of the bakelite blocks. And what I was going to point out on this one is that I didn't even think twice about it, and I probably should have. but the bakelite block number on here is 8035DG, which if you go to Philco repair bench under parts, they list all the bakelite, well, most all of the bakelite blocks. Every one I've ever come across is listed there. Anyway, if I'd thought about this a little bit better, when I looked it up, it's 0.00011 microfarads, excuse me. And because of that number, it should have clued me in. When I went to dig this out, well, lo and behold, all that was in there it was buried 2 mica caps. So, had I actually tested these before I even bothered, I would have realized since these are mica caps, they were fine. So, but now that I've gone ahead and ruined them by cutting up all the wires and everything, I'm going to go ahead and use new ones. But again, if you come across any of the 8000 series, you might want to double check them before you just blindly take them apart, because mine were good, and I really didn't need to do that. So anyhow, I'm just kind of booking right along. One of the things that I've noticed here is that almost every single one of the dog bones resistors I've come across has been off by almost exactly 50%. At first I was wondering if something was wrong with my multi-tester. But sure enough, when I test the new ones, they come out well within tolerance. So anyhow, so it's a little slow going because I'm now depleting my stock here of resistors. The other issue I came across was that the cells, what did I do with them? The bias cells have, one of them is completely discharged, one of them is weak, and one of them is the same as it was. So I may try the drill method. Now, I didn't seal these up after I dropped them in boiling water, and I kind of was hoping that the boiling water would soften up the rubber seal, and when it dried out again, it would have sealed. I guess that was wrong, but at any rate, like I said, I'm just cooking right along. So I guess I'll be back with an update soon. Okay, so I have the bakelite block back in, and I've got some of the wires reconnected and replaced the 1K resistor that goes to the 10 microfarad electrolytic, which also connects up to this wire that goes all the way back to the volume control. And I'm going to call it a night, and I'm going to go ahead and upload this because so you guys know I'm still alive. So what I'll do is these 2 capacitors I have here, they go to this bakelite block here, which of course also needs to be rebuilt. So I'm going to go ahead and attach these, hook up a lead here. I got to check this resistor too. Anyway, so I'm just going to move basically from this block, put these on here. These two I'll probably just replace because they're also intertwined with this 0.01 microfarad capacitor. Well, maybe not. So it just goes to the ground lead here, and this piece here comes off. So well, anyway, I'll take a look at it and see. Anyway, so I'm going to upload this now, and I'll see you guys in a couple of days. Thanks for watching.